Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one and only Master Propaganda here, like Defender of the Fatherland. Off it all 1v1 on Faymonville Approach. In the northwest is the wings of Redxwings, fighting for the German army, Deutschland. In the southeast is Sovereign, fighting for freedom, democracy, and liberty. He is heading out with the US 3rd Armored Division, those who commit to Spec Ops, versus Redxwings with combined arms, setting out here with the 90th Panzergrenadier Division. We got the Zieri, we got Panzergrenadiers here. Redxwings favouring the Bessieri, not so much because he wants a lot of them, but because they allow him to get a unit out immediately and just start capturing points there, and can still fight the enemy. So there's a bit there, but clearly he wants a bit more than just them. Meanwhile, Weasel out here for Sovereign kind of has a bit the same thing going. You can get unit out immediately, they can start capturing points. They can't fight as well, and doesn't quite necessarily scale as well, but it does provide him with some utility depending on how he wants it. Like, he can lay down 30 cals and mortars for him to use. For example, he doesn't have to like build the weapon support center if he wants machine guns. And there you go, first shot's fired. Italian troops encounter the Weasel and immediately start firing at the large metal box. Mario, it's a large metal box! Shoot it instead of describing it! Pushing up northwards here. Bravo's got wing catching the best area here. As we can see, Redxwings is already going there for Sovereign's field point right outside of his base there. Bold aggressive play here by Redxwings. Again, note he kind of ignores the points around it just to get more to the fuel point, because again, denying your opponent fuel is very valuable. Unfortunately for Redxwings, calls the rifleman up close, pack a hell of a punch, and we also got the Weasley just charging in there, desperately wishing you could crush the Italians beneath its weight. Alas for the driver, there is no such ability. Ah, what I wouldn't give to hear the sound of someone dying beneath these treads. Bob, are you alright? No. Anyways, Panzer being attacked with the Rob Squad. Scouts are moving into assist as well here. Fierce fighting in here. Both players not slowing down here. Half to the round to provide crucial support for the German Panzergrenadiers, beleaguered as they are in the face of Sovereign's freedom-laden assault. Quick withdrawing here. I mean, pretty much a smart move here. Not a good engagement. 3 versus 1. Even 2 versus 3. With the Panzers at the half-track, they at least suffer less damage. And into slightly more manpower positive engagement for Redxwings in theory. Light support company here, clearly taking up fast, maybe assault grenadiers, maybe machine guns. Well, obviously, Weasel, of course, has been upgraded there with a 30 cal in the back. Point up north. Note they would even mount water-cooled 30 cals in these positions. In fact, it seems though after CoH3 and the water-cooled 30 cal there, they just seem to like really refuse to go back to, despite it being pretty much like very commonly used during the Second World War by the Americans. I think it's just because, like, you know, it just looks bad. But anyways, enough about that. Rifleman charging and Besser holding up half-track. Panzergrenadiers nearby. Sovereign likely to go for the SSF commander. We've definitely seen a bit of a surge. In fact, players like Dubais have been using the SSF commandos a lot to pretty good success, from my understanding. So, but cutting off points, he denying crucial northern resources here to Redxwings, slightly undercutting his otherwise devious maneuver there. Infantry support center for Sovereign and fast supplement for Redxwings. You also get the combined arms bonus, so Panzergrenadiers and such nearby the half track capture points faster. Weasel keeping at it, veterans 1 grenades as well for Sovereign, and always classic upgrade against the DAK. Riflemen sneaking about there further up here, cut fuel point now being threatened, but Redxwings and the German army is quick to respond. Seizing the southern victory point here, after trying to catch up here. Again, aggressive plays on both sides, Weasel moving up. Noting no attempt to say weapon drop anything out here for Sovereign. Which is fine, he doesn't have to do it, but arguably, I mean, a cheap 30 cal here could do a lot for Sovereign in messing up with Redxwings. I've definitely seen some players who can make great use of that ability. But I'll wait, pushing forward here, grabbing points with the Weasel, and of course it can also self-repair. There's a lot of utility to that Weasel, isn't it? Isn't there? Redxwings here and Sovereign are dancing about each other here. And we do get the weapon supports for Sovereign. Bazooka teams perhaps, I mean, it would be slightly amusing if we went 30 cals from that, but you just get them kind of cheaper out of the Weasel. Anyways, Panzergrenadier on the way there for Redxwings, more infantry now that he's teched up. I mean, you could also go for Assault Grenadiers and MG-34 at least, but nothing wrong in more German infantry. There you go, best area being met here by the Weasel. Taking a fair bit of damage right from the retreat path as well here. Map control continues to switch back and forth quite active between the two sides. And there you go, hitting the Carter Font half-track for Sovereign. Of course, is definitely one of the reasons weapon support centers are increasingly built are for the half-tracks. They definitely seen a surge in popularity there with both the anti-tank half-tracks and the M16s. North Point even grabbed. He's once more in need of repairs. Ah, and he's actually gone for the ambulance upgrade there. Abilities that can hit troops around it.
Victory point under enemy control.
And there you go, half track out. No upgrades yet here for Sovereign. Infirmary up as well as base, the medical station. Half track there catching the Panzer Pioneer with its 50 cal there mounted.
Pack crew is reporting in.
And there you go, Pack 38 here for Redxwings, obviously responded to the M3 half track. Or maybe he's really tired of that Weasel. Who knows, maybe Redxwings has this sort of deep-seated hatred of Weasels no matter where and how. Perhaps as a child he was bitten by a Weasel, and ever since then he just hates them with a passion. He tries to hide, but when faced with them, turns into uncontrollable rage and hate. Anyways, enough about that. Oh, nice bait there. Almost got the unit fully there with the grenade, but still did a lot of damage. Pack 38 sneaking up, Scout sneaking about there as well. After keeping out there. Straight into a mine there up north, pumping grab with the rifle squad. There you go, 250 after being hit by multiple machine guns here. Panzergrenadiers on the way there for the Redxwings. Scouts sending up on the retreating Pack 38 crew.
Territory lost.
Territory secure. Receiving a machine gewehr.
There we go, veteran squad is up, of course an excellent upgrade if you've got a lot of infantry, which Redxwings does, in particular a lot of them are Panzergrenadiers, so they get another guy. Other squads do not, but even there they do gain some bonuses like faster experience gain, and they do gain some received accuracy bonuses. So I mean, no matter what, it is a pretty good upgrade as long as you got any amount of infantry, and Redxwings definitely has that. Now going the center man being met here with even more men, just angry men with Garants. MG-34 right here for Redxwings, Panzergrenadier. Holding the line here, refusing to give ground to the armies. Sovereign is not quite keen on, well, apparently ends up being keen on withdrawing there. Front and center didn't quite work out. Still moving about the half-track, not upgrading it. That is a very interesting choice, and we also get the SSF commandos there on the way. Special Service Force, if I remember correctly, is the acronym there. An American-Canadian unit trained by British commandos. Run back there. Advancing here. That definitely also gives Sovereign a bit more infantry to work with here against Redxwings. Now, of course, he's starting to bring infantry to the table. Sovereign, of course, sitting back with the commandos. It's going to be a bit of a trickier element here to deal with for Redxwings. Plus, of course, the commandos also have bazooka, so it gives Sovereign also a bit more flexibility here. Of course, in a pinch, you could always upgrade his half-track roll, but so far, though, continues not to upgrade it. It was very fascinating. Meanwhile, commanders moving in there. Johnson's tearing into the Germans. Got the Pack 38 white, but Redxwings there holds it back into the base of the knot before he gets snared up. Commandos there,
Proximity alarm.
bringing up the rear.
Point.
I have to enter reinforcement units. Actually got Veterans 1 on it. And what is this? He is
We're losing ground.
actually mechanizing infantry. Spicy. 2 thumbs up. Scouts push back.
Territory lost.
Rushing north over the half track. Filled with infantry.
Capture. Shall we fortify?
There go catching the Germans in a bit of a bad spot here. I'm surprised the Americans using mechanized infantry tactics. My god, what is this? Are the Americans doing this? Am I awake or am I asleep and dreaming? In which case, this must be a nightmare.
We're losing grasp of the victory
Something out there. Of course, it is worth noting when it came to the Germans and the Americans, how they used half-tracks. They used them in very different directions. The Americans just used them like, you know, battle tactics, getting them from point A to point B, but the half-tracks weren't quite meant to be part of the combat. Whereas the Germans used the half-tracks typically a lot more aggressively, firing out the back of them or just working with the half-tracks. They're much closer to how we might envision modern infantry fighting vehicles, even if a lot of the time they're definitely not built to the same standards, or even equipped like them. So, it's one of those interesting bits there. Tank Depot, Panzergrenadier Commando, both players pulling for armor.
claimed our sector.
My men have smashed the sector.
We got more machine guns up there for Redxwings Panzergrenadier, and we got their Sovereign with a 30 cal there, trying to bring the Germans to heel.
Light vehicle ready. Clear the way.
Bravo holding up here, probably about to get wiped. Not careful.
We hold it.
And he ends up withdrawing there, I think, quite quickly, deducing, again, if he sticks around for too long with that many Germans about, the retreat path is going to get increasingly more and more difficult to survive.
Proximity alarm. Near
Redwings really got a strong bit of map control here. Sovereign, of course, needs to get back control and needs to do so fast before Redwings really just threatens to snowball the match out of control. Bet you two there on the Weasel.
grasp of a strategic point.
There you go, Redwings trying to assault here across the road is instead caught by 30 cal on the flank. And the half-track provides continuous fire support for the infantry.
Enemy forces have taken our
Really rare to see an
territory.
American play just using it to like actually support the troops with reinforcements and whatnot. So, I mean, 2 thumbs up to Sovereign. I mean, admittedly, it's pretty rare to see a German player using the 250 on a half-track for similar purposes.
Victory point lost.
But that they obviously don't have a vehicle that does both at the same time. It's either
in enemy
or.
hands.
I mean, you can use the ambulance also fairly aggressively, but it does lack a weapon itself. After that, Team Veteran 2. After rushing in, got Desieri and the Panzer's flank plus the pack ready there, engaging. Good shot there on his M3 half-track. Their commanders, though, on the job, covering his withdrawal. 30 cal helping as well. He really hectic action. Turns out to be a pretty good push here from Sovereign. Again, note that we is attacking from several angles here,
We have 5 command points
making it
available.
much harder to just shot down easily.
Territory overrun.
And also just to hide from. Meanwhile, further south, he gets the Weasel a deep flank here. Infiltration push for Redwings is doing massive amounts of damage to Sovereign. First, he got the Weasel, and he gets the half-track. That was an ingenious push there in the end. Really good flank here, just pushing up here through angles that Sovereign was not thinking about, allowing Redwings to like really hit 2
Simultaneous assault guns are
critical
available to
units.
deploy, Commandant.
2 thumbs up.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
That was quite well done there. Sovereign there can soon go for Sherman's. Redwings has already got a Panzer in the field here. Or not the field, but on the way to the field. Just took a wrong turn. Let's read the map.
250, standing
Ammunition.
orders in.
Commandant, the enemy holds all victory points. We are falling
There you go,
behind.
Panzer 3 ready for Redwings.
Back.
Still, Sovereign, despite everything, does get a triple cap going here and starts speeding out Redwings in terms of victory points. Panzer 3 moving in supported by ample amounts of German troops here. Bazookas still doing what they can, but against that many German forces, that's just not going to work out.
The territory
And
sector
Sovereign
has been claimed
very
by the
quickly
enemy.
deduces that he needs to get the hell out of there with his commandos before they become commandos.
Light vehicle ready.
And we're back at base here, bit of healing, reinforcing their Redxwings. Bit of respite before the men are sent to the front line again. There goes Sherman out for Sovereign, the M4A1. Vertical here could of course do with some armoured support to flash that out pretty fast. But it seems like Redwings Panzer III is busy up north here, expecting things to blow up in the north rather than the centre. Which of course turns out to be wrong, means other units are going to get blasted to bits. So it does have the Pak 38 here, just in case. So at least it's not overcommitting to the north. Ooh. 2 thumbs up, tank riding. Yeah, baby, we get mechanized infantry attacks of Americans and tank ridings out the Germans. Beautiful.
Enemy forces have claimed our sector.
Further south, Sherman striking in. Panzers to the scouts. And there goes Sherman strikes. BARs for Sovereign, deciding to bring in the bigger guns to match the German Reich. Panzers on their own, holding up behind an old well. Panthers on the move. Pretty risky to bunch up all of that small crate. I feel like that is Sovereign. Bit asking for trouble there. But in this case, though, no harm comes to him. Oh, wow. Suddenly Redwings remembers the rest of the battle group there, and so did I. I doubt we'll be seeing any Summer Ventus or M1340s out of Redwings. Good surprises, though. Certainly we don't mind surprises with Redwings. We'll be fighting around here, Bessieri getting mauled, casualty-wise. We do see a bit of lead here, and some respect for Sovereign over Redwings.
Establish a connection. Territory lost.
181 seems to be 2. German troops are getting mauled here, 30 cal. And definitely not helping their Redwings making that attack at all. And he really should look to hit the flanks here instead of just charging right into every American gun. Oh, and we got a lot of call-ins as well right next to Redwings base. Very nasty stuff there, particularly active part to cover into it. And of course, because it does cover a significant portion of the map, since this is a very small 1v1 map. So only highlighting a bit the issue there as well with Loiters is just, again, 1v1. They can be disproportionately very tiresome, again, due to a lot of the maps being small and at times very narrow. So, not exactly fun stuff there, Redwings. And certainly makes just getting out of his base even tougher because, like, it's almost covering, like, every exit except, like, he basically has to, like, stick to the very edges of the map there. Which, of course, further really curtails. And there go Bessieri. Completely ripped apart there. So Redwings now back in his base. Sovereign has most of the map.
The enemy have claimed our sector.
Clock is ticking, and Sovereign is about to get the clock ticking even faster.
A victory point
30 column here for Sovereign. What will Redwings do next? How will he try to break out of this
We have lost control of
anything but ideal development? Well, he could also go on for like a second SSF commander squad instead of the 30 cal there. More elite infantry, I don't think would be bad there, but oh wait. Commander strike. I do wonder, has he gone for the bazooka upgrade here, considering he does have the SSF commanders? He doesn't. I mean, obviously going for it just for the sake of the commandos would be a bit much, but at the same time, were to go for more commandos, I think could make the upgrade pretty much worth it. But there you go. Great shot from the Panther III, leaving several commandos are ready to be buried in that crater. Stukas with some Redwings. Signing on some rocket artillery to try and blast some holes into the American front line. Amerikaner moving up and catching the Panthers on the move. And the armoured fists of Dust Fast line, though, quickly shoos them away. Commanders there withdraw of reinforcing healing. Another Sherman there for Sovereign.
Our forces are down.
Stukas of Fuss. 2/3 of the way down there for Redwings and the 90th Panzergrenadier Division.
Isolated. Our resources are stranded.
And moving up. Stukas of Fuss down, of course, with packed in steel. It does get the Stukas of Fuss at a bit of a discount. So that's definitely not bad for Redwings either. Moving in. Slowly inching its way forward here. There goes Stuckers barraging off here on the 30 cal and the captain. Absolute close range strike here. And we see the 30 cal crew decimated. And of course, this close to Redwing space, it becomes a pretty easy haul there off. Definitely painful below there to Sovereign. Great there for Redwings. Gives him a nice swing there. On the range of, what, 230 manpower. But in the 6 ticks, it's not just that removes it, he also gains the unit. That's very helpful there for Redwings. Definitely throws a bit of range into Sovereign's plans. Sherman going for the Panzer 3 here. Commander's advancing up the center. Pack 30 cal, Decepticon the center. As Sovereign, of course, is doing his best here to just lead out Redwings in terms of victory points as fast as possible. And of course, for Redwings, the job is to ensure that does not happen. White Phosphorus deployed here. Back at base, troops are reinforcing healing. Preparing for the next push. And the Shermans will move here. The M41 for there. Go Pack 38 on one side, Panther on the other. Can't you see a Sovereign tanks in a pretty bad spot? We might see the Sherman go down. No. Lucky bounce that might just save it. Maybe not. Commandos. Oh, Sherman kaput. Turret ejected. Quite a bit of ways there. 113 missing 72 here. Redwings really starting to fall behind here. He needs to do something drastic. He needs to find out some really good excuses to his divisional commander as to what happened here. Well, you see, Herr Hauptmann, the Americans had like thousands upon thousands of Shermans. Yeah, it's funny, I know. That's this guy called Brad Pitt too. I don't like him.
We are losing grasp of a fuel point.
There goes, strike through the center. A quick dash through a weakened center allows Redwing, of course, to make some quick gains, then get the victory points back, halt the bleed. Right from there, they're being met by heavy fire of the German troops, including Ace Panzergrenadiers here. Which is definitely fairly tough. The veteran squad is that too. Though, not so tough they can ignore getting shot at by a Sherman.
Enemy forces have claimed our sector.
It's an Iron Cross, not a Crux Terminatus.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
North here, Panzers is arrived by the northern victory point. And there you go, a bit of man fourth here fighting for that northern victory point. It's going to be small yet intense here. Mark 2 frag grenades thrown at the Panzergrenadier in the center. 30 cal, they're halting an attempt by Sovereign to get his hands on the point. Looks like he's going to go for another Sherman. Not a bad idea. He goes for the 105 mm Sherman, clearly wanting some more high explosive options here for pushing through Redwings and his forces. Commandos are straying northwards here. Pushing back the commandos. The Panzers going to go half takes part next here with the bazooka fire. Stuckers Wursto seemingly remember Redwings. Of course, there's quite a stir there in the center and gets the 250 half track here.
250 has been destroyed.
Commandos there doing their best for democracy. As Redwings brings in another Panzer 3, another Panzerkampfwagen 3. Ausführung.
Victory point under enemy control.
Driving on the move here. Bigger command to the south here. Focusing not on the tank but the infantry is an interesting choice there. Out of Sovereign. 105 on the move there. Big offensive into the south here out of Sovereign there with most of his infantry plus all of his armor. Actually, that part of the armor now seems to peel off from the main attack and swings northwards. Possibly looking to, like, allow sort of block any reinforcements to the south, perhaps, or just perhaps feeling he's very, very confident he can make it work.
Proximity alarm near our fuel point.
Pack 30 means pass there. Pantry moving northwards. Commanders are lining up to defend northern victory point. A lot of stuff going on here. 92 was within 39.
We're losing grasp of a victory point.
And grabbing that southern victory point as well here. Bet you two on that Panzer 3 Model L. Up north here, Panther 3 being engaged with the commanders, the bazookas slamming into the Panther 3 here, doing a fair bit of damage. Ace of commanders of that, so they actually have a pretty high rate of fire. Imagine if that had been upgraded then. They could, like, probably have taken out the Panther 3 by now. So. Camp Sovereign is actually planning to go for some more SSF commanders now, though arguably he should have gone for them sooner. But more commanders right now I don't think would be a bad idea for Sovereign at all. No, apparently he's not planning commanders after all. Or perhaps he wants to get these reinforced first before calling in new ones, which I mean, can't blame him for, you know, wanting to get his Veteran 2-3 commanders back in action as soon as possible. There you go. Big push here. Autobody's got mastered 2 tanks, of course, the Loider plus infantry, but Redxwings keeping the Strickers with reserve just for this moment. Absolutely obliterates their Sovereign's attack as it's way too bunched up. So smart move there by Redxwings, really doing a lot of damage here, scattering Sovereign to the sides. He actually goes to the A-18 Hellcat. His commandos and his Riflemen ready, should definitely get back to us onto the field. 85 to 372 here, and we got the second barrage on the way there. Might be a creeping barrage into the base there for all we know, or just around center. Oh, Ralph got their caught in as well. And the Sherman there somehow is operable, though it certainly doesn't look like it. Is that thing working still? Yeah. Okay. That looks like it should, you know, not be able to drive, considering how scorched it is and all the fire coming out of the smoke. Anyways, M18 Hellcat there with Sovereign. Good old tank destroyer there. Redxwings in the 90th. Commits another push in the center. Swing up here. Getting past the front line there, possibly Redxwings. But Redxwings there, ooh, goes in very aggressively here with his Panther 3. Wow. For some reason the Hellcat was ordered not to shoot there. Curious. Maybe there's some misclick there to Redxwings. Maybe not. Tough to say here, but that Panther 3 not taking any damage from the Hellcat at all was very beneficial for Redxwings. No argument about it. And the commanders up north retreat is around to the 30 cal there. Really awkward spot right now for Sovereign. A few mistakes have kind of spiraled out of control, I feel like, and just Redxwings is just absolutely running with it. And showing that Sovereign doesn't get a lot of time to, like, really get his bearings again. This is also, you know, not a bad skill to have, it's just the ability to, like, constantly pressure your opponent, because if they were, like, in a bit of an awkward spot, just constantly pressure them can make a difference, like, just regaining, you know, some kind of stability, both on the field but also mentally, meaning, like, you know, they might just keep making mistakes you can then further exploit. So, thumbs up there to Redxwings for a very aggressive playstyle here that is definitely making it tough here for Sovereign to just, you know, catch his breath. And there go rockets right to the base here. Redxwings really looking to just add to the pressure here on his opponent. Side German force then countering a large American infantry force here. Baker platoon there running into countless Panzergrenadiers backed up with the half-track. And they are quite veteran Panzergrenadiers. Hell, the half-track is itself pretty veteran. It just gained veteran 3, in fact, just to talk about. It can actually suppress units now. There we go. Golly. Unfun Sherman to the rescue for the Riflemen, even as they're taking staggeringly high casualties for such an engagement. 85 to 91.
The fuel point is being taken from us.
Redxwings slowly pouring troops in, I think, is not ideal on the current circumstances. I'll go, there you go. Panther 3's being sent in as well now. A bit better, but I think you should have coordinated overall a bit more tightly there for better assaults. But in the end, though, Panther 3's moving forwards. We do also have bazooka teams now for Sovereign. Going for advantage. It's actually surprised we haven't seen that sooner. We also think, if, you know, finally going to go for some bazooka teams, I do think you should also consider the upgraded bazookas. Honestly, again, you would have benefited just, again, with Veteran 3 commanders with that. That would have been very good from now. Hellcat charging in here. Again, highlighting Sovereign, I think, is starting to feel the pressure out of Redxwings. And he wants that Stukas of Fuss burning. Instead, The Hellcat ends up burning here. Clearly the pressure is getting to Sovereign here. It's getting to him bad. This, I think, might just be the moment Redxwings has kind of really won if his opponents are starting to, like, you know, make such a short-sighted attack here, just trying to take out the Stukas of Fuss. I think it's a very good sign for Redxwings. Take a mine there. It is also worth noting, I mean, despite it several times like having most of the map, one thing Sovereign never did, despite having engineers, is actually lay down mines. Here, it's like, you know, deal with any potential counterattack out of Redxwings. That is arguably, you know, A, something you should have pointed out much sooner, but also B, definitely something you could have done better. Definitely worth pointing out. Your grenade being chucked off in the Sherman. Far from enough to damage the engine.
Enemy at 250 points. They are stopped.
85 to 147. Commanders moving in there. Got Panzergrenadier sealing. They found the commanders that push forwards here. So much damage being inflicted here. The commanders down to 3 men already. Sherman joining in, but in the end it's not enough here. The commanders are overcome. They're getting blasted. Bazooka team now about to expire here. And we got Panther Thieves flanking in. Now Redxwings really getting more confident, more bold here. Definitely taking advantage of Sovereign's more increasingly scattered movements. Just basically wedges units in between them. And of course further using the Stukas of Fuss, just further add pressure to like any engagement Sovereign does build up anything. Taking out his engagement. Sovereign right now has no way of repairing his underfarming Sherman. Do get a flank here on the half track. Damaging the engine, but without anything to follow up with it, it's not really going to matter too much there. And an Ace Panther 3 here going at it. 2 thumbs up. Very often I feel like you see Ace Panther 3s there. Good way to fight at this point. Stukas was flying off, another volley. '85 is on the 62. Redxwings back on that triple cap against Sovereign. Back at base here, reinforcing healing. 5 from there forced off. Bit of quiet for now. Sovereign is clearly building up for another push here, but his forces at this point are so depleted and Redxwings' forces are not. He's got the tanks, he's got the infantry, he's got the machine guns. In fact, he's got both of his opponent's machine guns at this point. Like, it's just not looking good here for Sovereign at all. His odds are not ideal, I think is the nicer way to put this. Double grenade on the Panther 3, damaging the engine. Assault continues, commanders moving forwards. Going for those Panther 3s, Sovereign wants blood. Instead he takes a pressure fine there, goes Stukas of Fuss, goes for close quarters barrage here. Sovereign's men are being struck apart here, almost taking out the commander squad. Sherman charging in there, Panther 3s firing back. Smoke deployed, and there we go. Game over there. Game over. A victory here for Redxwings, a loss for Sovereign, a brutal yet fiendish back and forth here between Sovereign and Redxwings. Sovereign definitely had a good early to mid game there. Redxwings at times struggling, but as the errors crept in there, Sovereign, I think they were quite fully playing to some of the strengths of the battle group. Like, I think he could at least committed to one more SSF commander squad and some upgraded bazookas. I think that made things a lot tougher for Redxwings, for example. But also just, again, small attack charges that just kept creeping in there. Redxwings just kept, further exploiting it, and more crucially, kept looking for gaps to, like, push into, and that way just further caused damage to those cracks. So there you go, home. Enjoyed this match. You'll learn something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. This is Imperial Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another Sun episode. Bye, everyone.